Good morning everyone. So how's this all the chapters going on? Hope you have completed. So we will continue with the next chapter, that is chapter number 5. Heading is Morphology of Flowering Plant. Right. Okay. So first question is, what is morphology, right? Are you understood about flowering plant? Right, flowering plant, that means we are talking about angiosperms. In chapter 2, 3, we have already discussed about the angiosperms, right? That is the flowering plants. Okay, so what about that morphology part? Morphology, you can say that the outer structure, study of outer structure, that is known as morphology, right? So what is the definition of this morphology? You can see over here. It is a branch of biological science that deals with the study of form, size, color, structure, position of various parts of the flowering plant. That is known as a morphology. It is not compulsory that morphology deals with only flowering plant, right? Morphology also deals with animals, right? If we will talk about the human morphology, that means the outer part of human body, right? Two hands, head, eyes, nose, ears, whatever. That is just outer study or outer study of the outer part. That is known as a morphology, right? So in this chapter, what we are going to study, that is the different part of the plants, right? Then structure of that part, how they are arising, what is the function of that, what are the modification of that part, right? That is the simple thing what we are going to study in this chapter. Okay, so if we will talk about the morphology of flowering plant, first thing comes in our mind is what? This flowering plant, parts of the flowering plant. Which are the parts that occur in the flowering plant? So we can say that there are mainly three parts in the flowering plant. First one is root, stem and leaf. Okay, so we have two systems. One is root system and second one is shoot system. Below soil, or you can say underground part of the plant, that is known as root system, right? And above the soil, or we can say that the aerial part of the plant is known as shoot system. Already I have mentioned. Underground part of plant, that is root system, and aerial part or above the soil, that is known as the shoot system. Shoot, that is what? Stem. Okay, so shoot and root, don't confuse between root is root and shoot is stem. Okay, okay, so let's see what are other parts. We can say this part as flower, right? Then leaf, fruit, the smaller one, bird. You have heard the bird, right? Before flower opens, it will be there in the form of bird. Then nodes, that is a gap between two nodes, that is known as internodes, right? Then what about this part? Primary root, secondary. If there are some other roots on this, like this, then it will be saying tertiary, right? So this primary, secondary, tertiary, these are different type of roots constitute together whole root system, right? Are you getting it what I'm saying over here? Okay, so there are how many parts of the plant? We can say that there are root, stem, leaves, flower, fruit, right? Underground part is known as what? Root system. And the portion above the ground forms the shoot system, right? Okay, now we will talk on the root part, right? This one is the root part. Okay, so there are two types of root, actually not two, actually there are three types of root, but we have to see the main two types, taproot and fibrous root. Already we have discussed in angiosperm, dicot, monocot part, right? So we can see that taproot is what? Already I was there to tell you about that. I'm just going to here. If the root system is like this, look at the difference. This one is the taproot and second one is the fibrous root. Taproot, that means they have what? The main root and then subsidiary roots, right? And these have only a single root arising from a same point, having bunch like, right? So that is the difference. Let's see. Taproot, present in only dicotyledons, dicot plants, having elongation of radicals. Now you must know what is radical, what is plumule, right? If we will go through this axis of embryo, right? So they have something part like this. Okay, if embryo will germinate, they have two parts. This one is radical and this one is plumule. Radical, root arising from this lower part known as radicle, and the above part that will germinate into stem, right? So plumule will give rise to stem and radicle will give rise to root. Okay, understand and fix in your mind that. Okay, radical root, RR, plumule shoot. Okay, look at this. Taproot, dicotyledon having elongation of radicals from primary root which bears lateral roots, right? You can see over here, elongation of radical. Radical will elongate and form what? This main root. What I colored? That is the primary root I have written over here, right? Primary root, which bears lateral roots like this. That is known as secondary or tertiary likewise. So this is what? Taproot, and found in dicot like mustard and grams. Okay. Second one is fibrous root likewise. Fibrous root, only monocotyledonous plant having this fibrous root. Primary root replace, they don't have any main roots like primary root, right? So this primary root will replace into large number of roots and its base of stem, right? Primary root is replaced by the large number of roots found at the base of the plant. We can say that example of monocot are wheat and rice. So that is what the taproot and fibrous root. Now what we have discussed, all the roots arising from where? Radical, right? Now there is another thing that you have to remember, that is adventitious roots. If any root is arising from other part, other, that means other than this radical part, then that is known as what? Adventitious root. Are you getting it? What I am saying? Okay. Root arising from other part of the plant beside radical. That means other than radical, if any root will grow up, then that is known as adventitious root. Right? Example of adventitious roots are grass, banyan tree and maize. Okay. Now, if we will go through the general function of roots, that is the simplest thing what we know from the lower standard as well. Right? What is that? First one, absorption. Absorption of mineral and water from the soil part. Then second one is storage of reserve food material, extra food that stored in the part of root. So these are the basic function of, we can say, what roots are. So these are the types of roots: taproot, fibrous root and adventitious root. Now we will see next is region of roots. If we will go through the region of roots, I am just going through the rough diagram of this root part. Okay. just like this. Which are the region present in the roots? We are studying what? Morphology, the outer structure of root. So what are the parts present in the outer structure of root? We can say that root cap, meristematic region, elongation region and maturation. Root cap, meristematic, elongation and maturation. It can be asked in 2 marks question. Right. Okay. So region of roots. Root cap. If we will talk about root cap, the root is covered at the apex by thimble-like structure called as root cap. We can say that right? Root is covered with a thimble-like structure at the apex. Apex, that is the tip. Tip of the root is known as root cap, right? So that is the covering, we can say. Function of this root cap is it protects the tender apex of the root as it makes it way through the soil. So function of root cap is what? The protection of this root tip. Second one, most important part, meristematic region. A few millimeter above the root cap is region of meristematic activity. We can say that meristematic region. Now, in a lower standard, you have already discussed about the tissue, meristematic tissue, right? So, function of this meristematic tissue is it is known as continuous dividing tissue. If we are growing the plant, right, in the soil, what will happen? The plant will grow up after some time. So, when we have planted the plant, the root are somewhat like this much. Right, after 1 month it is like somewhat this much of long. So that is due to what? Cell division, and cell division is due to meristematic region, we can say that, right? So meristematic region is what? Cells of this region are very small, thin wall with dense cytoplasm. They provide repeatedly cells proximal to this region undergoes rapid elongation. That means what? That is what? First one is root cap, right? Apex of root is covered by a thimble-like structure, root cap. Protect the apex of the root. Above the root cap, region of meristematic activity. They having small cells with dense cytoplasm, and they are continuous dividing tissue which help in what? Length, right? Growth of plant. Then above the region of meristematic activity, that is the region of elongation. So second part is what? Elongation region. Elongation. Now term itself, elongate, that means they are not going for any division. Whatever the differentiated cells due to meristematic activity, what will happen? The cells will undergo elongation and they will grow in size, right? Not divide, they will grow up and the size will become more, you can say, right? So we can say that the cell proximal to this region undergo rapid elongation and enlargement and are responsible for the growth of the root, right? Next and last one, that is the region of maturation. You can see the hair-like structure I have drawn, right? The region of maturation contains root hairs that helps in absorption of water, we can say. Which are that? Elongation part is this, right? They are having what? The root hair part. Root hairs. If we will talk on the, you can see over here, the smaller structure on the main root that are known as the root hairs, right? From this region we can say some of the epidermal cells, outer structure of any part is known as epidermis, right? So the cells of epidermal cells form very fine and delicate thread-like structure called root hair, and this root hair absorb what? Water and mineral from the soil. So that is about the region of roots. Root cap, most outer part, meristematic, above the root cap, elongation and maturation. And you have to remember this, maturation having root hairs which are made up of epidermal cells, and function of root hairs is to absorb water and mineral from the soil. So that is up with today's lecture. What we have seen, part of the part of the flowering plants, then second one is root, and third one is region of roots. In next lecture we will have continuous topic, modification of root. Okay, till now just go through a textbook. Okay, we will see in next lecture. Thank you.